I'm cutting out caffeine, guys. Going only water now. Hey, get this loser out of here. Oh. Double caffeine 2025. More energy, more heart palpitations, constant anxiety. Anyway, it's time for another episode of good albums with bad covers with bad albums with good covers. Let's go. Valedictorian by Ian. It's kind of funny. I do agree. It is kind of funny, but is it that funny? I mean, Had to Do It to Him was a classic meme, one of the greatest, but to make it an album cover in 2024, it feels a little too cheesy, partnered with the fact that Ian's kind of known for pretty much appropriating rap culture.
There's some kid right now, and he's mocking Future and Gucci Mane rap music,
while simultaneously being this like white suburban kid. If he's trying to prove that he's not doing that, this is the opposite of what you should be doing. Vultures 2. You know, I was surprised how many Vultures 2 answers I got, because I think most people agree that the album, at least to Kanye standards, is not very good at all. The cover is just Ty Dolla $ign holding a picture of, I think, his brother who was in jail, and that's fine, that's cool, but it's also like, what does this have to do with the album? At all? You could say that about the cover for the first one too. And also, why is this one like weirdly low quality? It looks like they put a Photoshop filter on it. It doesn't look good. Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack by Viper. First of all, it's Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack. Second of all, I don't even know if I like joking about Viper anymore. It used to be like a funny, haha, why does this guy put out a million albums of like horrible stuff? Now knowing that he's like a genuinely horrible person that has done horrible things, it's kind of hard to still think it's funny. The whole Y'all Cowards thing is iconic, obviously. I just don't feel right laughing at Viper anymore. If you don't know what he did, just look it up. It's not something small. It's really bad, just like the cover. Katy Perry's 143. This is a good album cover. When she was rolling out this album and had the first single that was not good, I was still trusting the process when I saw this cover, because just the look of it, for some reason, it looks like it would be a classic. It doesn't look like a flop album, if that makes sense. It looks like it should be a classic pop album, but it's ass. Same with the name of the album too. Just the numbers for a name is pretty bold, and I'm still shook at how this album turned out the way it did. Yeah, this is a good cover. But you know what wouldn't be good? That's right, sponsor time. Getting hurt in an accident and not knowing what your next move is, when your next move could be Morgan & Morgan. That's right, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. If you're ever in an accident, hiring an attorney is one of the first things you gotta do, and that's a daunting task. I mean, I wouldn't know how to do that. I can barely get myself dressed. But Morgan & Morgan has simplified the process so much so that you can submit a claim and talk to your legal team all super easily from your smartphone or online. Morgan & Morgan specialize in personal injury cases and have won thousands of huge cases. Contrary to popular belief, size does matter, and Morgan & Morgan are huge. That means they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Yeah, you heard that right, millions. Best part about it is that it's completely free unless you win. If you've been a victim of a personal injury or other serious accidents, you can visit www.forthepeople.com/blustre to start your free claim today. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring the video, and on that note, let's get back to it. Drake's For All the Dogs. I gotta say, as someone that has never been into Drake's music, he has a pretty good habit of making like good album covers for the most part. But Views, if you're reading this, it's too late. I liked the Honestly Nevermind cover, okay? Her Loss, not into any of those albums, but all pretty good covers. And same thing with For All the Dogs. I mean, this cover goes crazy. For some reason, it gives me the vibe of a Kanye album that would never come out, but that like little kid drawing, I'm pretty sure it's his son's drawing. That style has such good potential to be a classic cover. It's too bad that the music is what it is. You're right though, great cover. Maroon 5's Overexposed. Dude, oh my god, I love this cover. You don't see covers like this anymore. It reminds me so much of an Of Montreal cover, that like colorful art collage. I love this style. It's funky, it's colorful, but when you listen to the album, it's pretty disappointing. This album does have Payphone on it, which is my favorite Maroon 5 song. I've said this many times, and I will stand by it eternally. I think it's a really fun song. As for the rest of this album, it's not very good, and not even like fun, enjoyable bad, but this cover. Pacific Daydream by Weezer. It seems like there's a Weezer album in every single episode of this, and it's usually for a not good reason. You know, I've listened through Weezer's discography. I could not tell you what this sounded like. I guess I'll take your word for it that it's bad, and the cover's just a kid swinging over the earth, some kind of writing in the corner. Don't know what that means or what it has to do with Pacific Daydream. The cover is fine. I think it would look better without the words there, but it also just feels like something you would Photoshop on like your first or second week of Photoshop class. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't think it's great. Loom by Imagine Dragons. I got this one a lot too, so I was very curious because I don't think I've ever seen an Imagine Dragons cover that I thought was good, and I don't know if this one is any different. I mean, it's a cool image. You got like these two people in cool outfits, big sun reflecting off the water. It's kind of like mirrored. This one isn't bad, but it definitely gives me like EDM artist vibes. It's fine. I mean, I'm curious what made you say it was good. Also, not accusing them here because I don't know if they did this, but the illustration style at least reminds me of AI images. So I don't think it's bad by any means, but I would never call it good. The Car by Arctic Monkeys. Well, you can't say it's not accurate. This is definitely a car. Arctic Monkeys are a band I've never gotten super into. I thought this album was fine. Not my favorite thing they've done, but it does sound like the cover. I think it goes pretty well together. And I also just think this is a really good photo. I like it. Music to be Murdered by Eminem. Did I word the prompt incorrectly? Maybe you misread. Okay, we agree that this isn't a great album. Let's get that out of the way. We have a common ground there, but good cover? I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh. It's just very edgy, which I know is Eminem's thing, but something like The Death of Slim Shady, I didn't like that album at all, but I thought the cover was at least better than this. Just the whole layout kind of bothers me. That it's segmented into like a half. One half has all the information, the title, the picture, and then the other side is just blood. It just feels like it's missing something. And it feels more like a prototype while they figure out how to lay it out better. I don't like this one. One More Light by Linkin Park. Man, this cover just makes me sad now. I was already kind of tapped out from listening to Linkin Park at this point, but I'm pretty sure this was their last release with Chester, which makes the cover just have a way like sadder connotation to it. And I was never super into this album. I don't think it was their best work, but this cover is like the perfect cover to go along with that title. Like, that is a perfect match. It just gives this vibe of like an intense nostalgia or sort of melancholic like longing that I wish the album sounded like a little more. But yeah, I agree. This is a great cover. Bring Me the Horizon's Next Gen. You think it's a bad album? I like this album. Granted, I haven't listened to a lot of Bring Me the Horizon stuff, so I don't know how their core fan base feels about it. Seeing as I wasn't super into their old stuff and I was super into this album, probably a good indicator that the people that were into their old stuff that weren't into this album. So I could definitely see why you think it's a bad album. And I think it's a pretty good cover. Definitely captures the right vibes. What scares me though is that I truly can't tell if there's AI involved here. And I don't want to be like, AI cover art, it's bad, because I really can't tell. I wouldn't be surprised, but then if it's not, I don't want to put it down for that. I don't know. Someone tell me if this is AI or not. That will determine my judgment. Eternal A Take Two. Lil Uzi, man, he's so good at marketing sometimes, where every time I'm like, okay, his last 3 albums weren't very good, but I trust him this time. He said he was playing around and now he's serious, so this one's gonna be good. And then it comes out and it's not good. I was definitely disappointed after seeing this cover and then hearing what the album sounds like. It's really bad. This is another cover that has that aura to it, that under the right hands, it could be a classic. But sadly, those were not Uzi's hands. Last but not least, Insano by Kid Cudi. Man, I forgot so many bad albums have come out. I mean, this cover's okay. I like the direction, and generally, I really like stuff with this kind of style. I mean, all the colors and the like doodly sketchiness, always a cool direction. But in this case, I don't know if it's the colors or what, but you know what this reminds me of? Is the YouTube Premiere countdown backgrounds. So it's not necessarily a bad cover, but looking at it, I don't expect to hear Kid Cudi. I expect to hear this. royalty-free vibe. That's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if there's any big ones I missed. And if you want to see more episodes of this or similar stuff, any ideas are welcome. If you like the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you really like the video, hit the subscribe button if you want. It really helps. Bye. I love you.